Good afternoon, people out there in internet land and us alternative media sources. This is Amazon Jude coming to you from Wyoming. Today's date is 3/11/2017, and I just went to the government website to be able to email my president and his team, and it said that I was blocked. I'm not sure why that would happen, except for we know that we're being censored now since old Big Ears gave away our internet to anybody outside the country to decide what could be posted and what couldn't be posted. This is censorship at its best. And this is what I wrote to President Trump. My husband is a lot like you. He works all the time running our mid-sized trucking company in Wyoming. We are in our 50s and have insurance on both of us. Like most smaller companies, we reinvest into our company more than we take home for our personal lives. I know you like to move fast at a fast pace, and as hubby does too. But I do nothing but research to keep track of all the lies being told to the American people about just about everything the lame street media tries to force feed us. I love my state. It's the lowest populated state in the country. I want to say a few things that I pray get through to you personally. That doesn't seem to be able to get through to you through Twitter, emails, Facebook. I think it's time that we do something about that. It's time to take back the internet to the United States. I love my state. It's the lowest populated state in the country. I want to say a few things, and I pray it gets through to you personally. I said that twice for a reason. I think you're being led down a path by Washington insiders who are out to not only make you look incompetent, but to undermine your policies. If I could bend your ear on a few issues, I would love a response from you yourself personally. 1. The Obamacare is a failure. We know this. 2. I do not like Ryan's plan. It's not detailed enough for the average person to understand. It lacks clarity on issues like, are there any restrictions on insurance companies being able to gouge us for higher rates on deductibles? It lacks clarity on how to ensure insurance companies will not keep raising rates on us over the next 4 years. If you asked my advice as a person who actually pays our own insurance without Obamacare, I would have to say that insurance company need the regulations on what they could do to anyone. I see no regulations in them in Ryan's bill or Rand Paul's. 3. Before Obamacare is something you need to look at before allowing any changes. How was it working before? Who was not covered? Seems to me it was fine. We paid $800 a month and can use it after $2,500 deductible. The industry was strong, and it was left up to the people to shop for rates. Now that Ryan and Rand Paul are involved, it's being distorted and abused by their personal agendas. Remember, they both lost the office you won. Neither is your pal. But I think you know that. And last on this issue, the free market has always worked to drive costs down. The reason the AMA, the hospitals, doctors liked it was their ability to overbill for services. They got away with it for decades. Just in Wyoming, the same procedure is almost 3 times the cost it would cost you if you paid cash. These are regulation changes needed. I would love to discuss this with Congress, and I have real solid data. The next issue is rolling back the regulations on industry that keeps America moving. Our governor, Matt Mead, and our legislators just made an increase in our camping, hunting, fishing licenses since they overspend on their own needs. Not only this, they have increased our taxes on plates from $2,000 a big rig, like what we drive, big trucks, to $4,000. So this year we can only afford 4 of our 8 trucks normally in service. Then the EPA and the Department of Transportation have required us not to only burn cow pee in our trucks, but also let our drivers only run 8 hours before they are required to be down for 8 hours. This is a problem. We have snow 6 months of the year, and the long highways that go on and on to get goods to their destination at 58 miles per hour restrictions, even though most of our main highways now are up to 75. E-logs, they're about to go before the courts over the oh my God, we're so stupid, we have no clue where our trucks are going, let alone what they're doing. This is to be installed by December 2017. Oh my God, we're so stupid, we have no clue where our trucks are. It's just astounding. I'm going to stop this part. On to the trucking industry. This year alone, it's going to cost $8,000 per truck for GPS and satellite systems to be installed over on all of the trucks that you own that are going to go down the highway. Most of us, if not all of us, have a cell phone with our drivers and keep in constant contact of what and when a load is to be delivered with our drivers. This is just another taxation of an already small business in trucking being waged. I've tried to contact Elaine Choi for months. I get no response, not through Twitter, email, or otherwise. This is her job, right? I would love an answer to my questions. I'm sorry this is so long, but I fear that the establishment around you are not being honest with you about what we the people who have placed our hope in our American lifestyles, needs to move forward in the new recovering economy. We need responses to our questions by the ones who are put in these positions. It's bad enough we have to listen to the nut jobs from the left pounding us every day with the country is falling apart, but to have no answers to things that we really need is not getting the message out to the right folks. Thank you for your time in reading my message. Love, Judith Jones, Wyoming. Okay, now on to the last part of this. Let's not forget that our country was not built on rules and regulations. Our country was built on the free trade. And I have a couple of concerns on letting these establishment boys pervert your idea of real calculations. Trump, you need to ask for real calculations of all of these items, line by line. Make them prove every single thing, because even if you look back, you've got numbers that go from 30 million on uninsured people down to 15 million. What's the real number? I've never heard it reported correctly. I've never seen any documents on it. I can't find any documents on it. And the other 300 million people in America are paying billions of dollars to a failed healthcare system. Where did the money go? I mean, each state could support their own Medicaid recipients if they did not give to non-governmental organizations for their little pissant programs that all of them are taking $90,000 a year for salaries, and nothing trickles down to the actual problem. With this is Wyoming. This is Amazon Jude. And I look forward to some answers. But I'm telling you, Trump, Not a one of them boys in Washington are your friends on either side of the aisle. And that includes the ones that are all hunkering up next to you. Paul Ryan has a problem. He wants to be president someday. I can guarantee you that we will never vote for Paul Ryan. We will never vote for Rand Paul. You know why? Because they're just not you.